Welcome to the Insurance Brokers Podcast, Helpful Hints. Here we break down the best, most informative bits of our full-length interviews.
Let's do a bit of a live demo for people, right? And let's use as an example. So Boston Tullis, we are a marketing and management consultancy, and we do the full sort of marketing arm for insurance brokers, and we do it in quite a unique way. We are, off the back of some of the work we did with the CII last year, we are in the process of developing company number 2 called Coffee, Calm and Connection. It's around mental health and professional services, and it is scenario-based learning. It's podcasting. It's an app that delivers psychoeducation in 5-minute boosts, which is learning from scenarios which are in the podcasts. There is nothing out there at the moment that does this. It's very different from Headspace. It's very different from Calm. And there is nothing that is to this target market or that delivers it in the way that we are delivering it. And we are building, we are doing the coding. We've got a team of people that are building the back-end functionality in bespoke coding. And we've got a team that are developing the user journey, the user interface, and the app. Mm-hmm. Does that fit this kind of idea?
Yeah, so the questions I would be asking you are around technical uncertainty. So what has been the technical uncertainty, and what have been the challenges that you've had to overcome? And secondly, how have you overcome those challenges? So instantly, if somebody's going to develop an app or they're going to develop some sort of software, they would automatically go to the market. Is that technology readily available off the shelf, or is it readily available through open source coding, for example, where you'd be able to go to the market and ask somebody how they'd be able to develop that? Have they developed that functionality, and how can you integrate into that? If that technology isn't readily available in the market, it would be around asking a competent professional. You know, I'm sure you went to somebody who was competent in that field to ask them if they knew how they were able to do this, or whether this technology was readily available. And then if not, we would be talking about what was the technological uncertainty and how were you able to resolve that?
And if we took it away from technological uncertainty, the project uncertainty, and I can't answer some of the questions because we're still in the development build. We haven't got a live product yet, but it's coming. Some of the sort of project uncertainty is about the actual clinical psychoeducation that's being developed in the way it's being developed. Who we're speaking to, how we take that and deliver it, whether it's through video, info bites, Q&A, all of that kind of stuff is work in progress. So it's away from technical. How does that fit this kind of idea?
Yeah, so to qualify, there are 5 types of qualifying costs that are qualifying expenditure. So there's staffing costs. So the cost of people who are employed in the project, and what percentage of their time they're spending on working on the R&D project. There's subcontractor costs. So quite often people will subcontract that work out to people. Like you say, you've got a web or a software development company. So those costs are capped at 65%. But again, we kind of need to go into more detail. There is also externally provided workers, so staff that are provided by agencies, etc. We can claim, again, that's capped at 65%. Software licenses we can claim for. So that wouldn't be the likes of Microsoft Office. This is more like CAD or specific R&D related, project related software that you'd use. And then heat, light and power. And again, we would allocate a proportion of that. So there's a lot more kind of complexity to go into to kind of ascertain what the claim is and whether you can, it qualifies. But things like marketing costs, you can't claim for. You know, you are not able to claim for mathematical calculations. So there's a real kind of complex structure around that, what you can and what you can't claim for. So we'd have to go into a kind of technical meeting to be able to ascertain that. But what the important thing is to make sure you're not missing out on making a claim. So in that 10 to 15 minute call, we would be able to kind of give you, yes, there is qualifying expenditure there, and you would be able to qualify for a claim. It's then down to us to tease out that information.
And it goes back to the cardiologist, not the GP. So as the insurance broker or as the SME, all you need to know is that a 15-minute conversation or an introduction to you for a 15-minute conversation could yield some fairly interesting cash payments.
Absolutely.